In 1 minute merge onto scenic route 365. Stay straight until you reach your destination.
Hey guys, thanks for tuning in today to Scenic Route Travelers. Today I'm going to talk about what I put in my storage bins on my Dynamax Isata class B+. So let's get started. Did a video tour in depth on another video, so you can check that out if you'd like. This is one of my storage compartments over here by my dump valves. So this is what I put in there. I always have some antifreeze, RV antifreeze on standby. Your I call it a I don't really know what I call it. Put your hose in it to keep it at an angle so it grades well. That's at Camping World. Bought this at Camping World. It's a donut. I didn't even know what a donut was. Went to Florida at Fresno's RV resort, and seemed like everywhere in the state of Florida they said you got to have a donut. So that's a sewer donut. Fits in the sewer at the ground and then wedges in there, and you cram your elbow into it from your tank hose. Never used it, didn't need it. They had a threaded pipe, so I just threaded mine into it, but I guess it's good to have one on standby if it doesn't. And I've got 20 feet of drain hose, and they come apart, so that's always awesome. Sometimes I don't need 20 foot, so I'll take them apart. And it comes with extra caps, so you can seal it off so it didn't drip out everywhere. This is a pretty low-end, low-budget hose that is like a starter pack that they gave me when I bought the RV. Never used it, but I keep it in case I need 30 feet of hose. So it stays in there. Why not? Got room for it. This is the elbow. It came with the 20-foot hose, and it's got threads, 3 different size threads, so you can just twist it in there. And what I found helpful was this comes off, so you can thread this down in there, because sometimes they're in like a concrete bowl, and then once you get that in there, you can just pop that on, and you don't have to worry about this hitting while you're turning it around. What is this? Camping World. That's why I love Camping World. Who knew what these were? I'm like, what's that? So here's a picture. First time we bought this thing, we went to Branson, Missouri, and to break it in. And when I put this in there, there were some rocks. I was like, I guess you just stack rocks on it, so when the water flows down, it doesn't like fall out. No, that's what this is for. It's awesome. So if you're at Camping World, get that. But you know, Camping World's so great. They have all this stuff just for us RVers that us new people have no idea that it's even a thing. They just walk up and down the aisles and like, what's that? Oh yeah, that'll make my life easier. Grab it. One of these things, you stick it down in the toilet to spray out your black tank. Keep that in there, why not? This is awesome. It's clear. Put it on your drain pipe, And then you stick a hose in here. It's got a backflow valve, and it just sprays water straight into your black tank, and you can really give it a good flush. So one reason we always stay at an RV resort and not a state park is so that we always have full hookups right there where we are, and I can sit out here if I need to sit out here for 30 minutes and clean my black tank. Well, that's what I'm gonna do, because every time I dump, until it's crystal clear, I ain't leaving. This is my pet peeve, I guess, but this is wonderful. It's clear, you can see. Does a great job. Camping World, where else? And heavy duty gloves, 2 pairs, because 2 is one and 1 is none. But they're heavy duty, they're not dish gloves. So you're not going to rip a hole in them, anything like that. So that is what I put in this compartment. It looks pretty small, but look how much more room I have. But I just decided to keep all the crappy stuff isolated. Next is my battery compartment. So in my battery compartment, I just have this small area right here. So I'll put my water filter and my water pressure regulator on here with the manifold. So that's how I run it. Straight off the faucet, through the pressure regulator, through the filter, and then I can run a white hose for the drinking water, and I can use another hose, one of those hoses that squish up. I'll put those, I'll carry both of those. So put that in. Surge protector. Don't leave home without it. I'm telling you. Buy one of these before you buy an RV. My best suggestion: get your Good Sam membership. They're going to give you like a pretty big coupon. Use it on this. You'll save probably, I think it's 20% coupon, and this is 100 and something bucks, so you save like 20 bucks. So that's what you use the coupon on right there. Don't leave home without one of these either. A lot of these newer resorts, and when they're redoing state and federal parks, they'll just put 50 amp service in, because you can, you know, go down to 30 amp and it's fine, but you can't if it's all 30 and you've got a big fifth wheel with 2 air conditioners or a giant, you know, 2 air conditioned Class A. That won't work, so they got to do 2 plugs. So I have noticed that they're just going all to 50 amp everywhere, and then you can just reduce it down. So get you one of those. Camping World, they'll run these stuff on sale, guys. So if you're in the market, you ain't an RVer yet, just subscribe to their emails, go get you a membership, and when stuff goes on sale, go get it. I do it all the time. Every week I get the email, I'm like, hey, yeah, I could probably use that. I just go buy it while it's on sale. And then my 30 amp cord goes in here. So yeah, fits in there just nice, don't it? Alright, that is compartment number 2. Okay, compartment number 3, the final one that I have. First thing I got that I put in here is, if I could unscrew this, leveling blocks. Dually leveling blocks, people. If you've got a dually, buy them for dualies. I've seen people with dualies and they buy the single wheeled one and all the weight is on one rear tire on each side. Why did the manufacturer put this thing on dualies? Support the weight. They fit in there nice and snug. I'd usually take this is a carry handle. Guess where? Camping World. I got some of this insulation pipe, or pipe insulation. Stick it in here. Not sure if you ever need it. Who knows? We went to Branson on the first trip like I'd mentioned. And it was in November. It was 33 degrees at night. Now we're from Mississippi. November it's like 70. So yeah, I picked that up and used that on my water hose, I believe. Anyway, so I just said, well, I guess I'll just leave that in there. 33 degrees. I live in the South for a reason. Bought this cable, coax TV cable. Never use it. You don't need that. Waste of money. Unless you're camping in a big fifth wheel or something, and you know you got a tow vehicle or a pull vehicle, and you're going to hook up to their cable, then go for it. Never used it. Cones. Why do I have cones? Because when we stay at the RV resorts, we don't stay at the RV resorts. We just pretty much overnight there. We get up in the mornings, leave, go have breakfast, sightsee, come back 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock at night, and you know, that's it. Dump the tanks in the morning, shower, stuff like that. Well, guess what? One time we left, and somebody in the spot next to us had a fifth wheel, and because our space was empty, although we had already rented it, they decided to park their truck there. So here it was 10 o'clock at night, and I'm having to knock on the door so they can move their truck. Well, I don't know about y'all, but if somebody's knocking on my RV door at 10 o'clock at night and I don't expect family coming over, it gets a little nerve-wracking in some situations these days. So the cones go in our spot. That has solved that problem. So all you small coach drivers, that is a great lesson. Okay. Oil. I've got a V10 Ford. Buy some oil. Don't leave home without oil. Check it every time you get gas. I've never needed to use it, but you need to check your oil. I keep a socket for my hot water tank to drain. So I'm in Branson in November thinking it's going to be 60 degrees and it's 33. I will and drain it. I'm like, that's crazy. So I keep that in there. This is a blowout valve you screw in to blow the air out of all of your plumbing lines. You never know. Keep it in there. It's a good idea. This I got at Walmart. This was super cheap. It's like $2. I think it's worth $2 to keep in your RV for an unknown situation. There's a lot of unknown situations when you're new to RVing. Fast orange hand soap. Small bottle. Doesn't take up much space. Not very much weight. Keep it in here. Toolbox. Harbor Freight Special. Kind of look at your compartment area and see what the best size is, because they have rectangular ones and square ones or whatever. So I made sure I got one with pliers, wire snips, screwdrivers. You know, make sure you cover your bases on this. Sockets, wrenches, a little hammer. A little hammer may come in handy, you never know. and it's all contained in this little package. It's like cheap, maybe $39. So for as much as you're going to use it, it doesn't need to be snap-on tools. Ah, perfect fit, imagine that. Jumper cables. Good idea to keep these. Got the funnel for the oil. Don't ever go to the grocery store without duct tape in your trunk of your car, right? Everyone needs duct tape. That'll patch up a radiator hose that's blown to get you down the road until you can get it fixed. This is one of those windshield covers that cover the windshield and down the sides, and I never used this. And when we went to San Antonio on our trips, I said, you know, I'm going to take that because it was hot when we went to see our son graduate the Air Force. I have videos on that. I put this on the windshield every time, even when we parked it when we were there at the ceremonies. And let me tell you, it was hot, and this really kept the heat out of our RV. It was well worth it. These are like $30 at Camping World when they're on sale. So if you've got a van, one of these E-Series vans, I thought these would be like $150. So this came with our RV. I thought they were wheel covers until I pulled them out. I just never paid attention. Anyway, yeah, I'm a believer in those now. This is a little pocket hose. I just bought a new one because we use these around the house for watering our flowers, and one of them broke. But I keep a pocket hose in here because this is what I use to fill up my potable water. It's just a lot easier and lightweight to stretch across and do that. So that's how I do it. Use the you know, that other water for city water. This hose, I don't know what's going on with the white hose or whatever, but that's what you're supposed to use, guys. So gotta get that. Honestly, we don't hook to city water. We're not in the campground long enough to utilize it. I just fill up my potable water for running the toilet and taking a shower, and everything else we're using bottled water. That's it. If we make coffee, bottled water. We need a drink of water, we drink it from the bottled water. Cooking, we don't cook in this thing. So washing our hands, we use the potable water. Not bottled water. Tesla 8. Yeah, I don't know. You know, you think you buy a nice motorhome and nothing goes wrong. Better put you one of these and some duct tape in your bin, because you never know. RVs there's always something to do. I didn't believe it. Everyone told me, yep, go get you an RV, expect to do some maintenance and spend some money. Unless you're very wealthy, and then you'll have somebody else doing it all. But that's just a fact. One last thing. I almost forgot my wheel chocks. Gotta have those for safety. If you're putting your stuff up on blocks, block your wheels. Block your wheels, guys. All these kids wandering around in these campgrounds, you know, and you really gotta have safety first. Don't just depend on putting that thing in park or parking brake. You know, it's worth the time to go kick a couple chocks on the tires. So safety first, cool second. That's my motto. So that's it, fellas, guys and gals. I appreciate you staying tuned. And you know, this ain't a lot of room compared to the Class A's and the fifth wheels. It's really not. But it's a lot more room than a Class B, which is why we went with a B+. You still have the mobility, and we drive it like a van, seriously. And you know, no tow vehicle needed on 24 feet, but it has beds all the time. It doesn't fold down, it doesn't Murphy bed. You don't have to have the slide out to get to the bed. So beds all the time. Big bathroom, in my opinion, for what it is, and storage. So I am sold on the B+. sold on it. It would take a lot. I would have to full-time, which I will eventually, and I would definitely need a bigger one. So anyway, that's my thoughts. I appreciate y'all, I really do, watching the videos. If you could like it, share it, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, I would greatly appreciate it. And leave your comments down below and tell me what you think. Tell me if this is enough storage for you. You know, if you are in a bigger one and you're thinking of downsizing, maybe this would work out for you. So any thoughts and opinions I would appreciate. Just remember, get off the beaten path and travel the scenic route. Thanks again.